Matt Karasek here with a quick tutorial on NotebookLM by Google. Came out in about 2023, and I've used it a ton since then. It was back when there were basically no features except the AI chatbot, but now it's added a bunch of features, which I'll show you. So basically what you'll see on the screen, the first thing you'll see is just this blank page with a create new notebook, and you can eventually change the view. So you're going to click create new notebook or create new up here, doesn't matter. And you'll notice that it automatically has a pop-up window. And this is where you are able to upload your sources. And that's the best thing about Notebook Element is that it's using your sources. It's not going to the internet unless you want to. That's also a newer feature. It used to be specifically or strictly your documents that you uploaded. But now you can also include websites and web pages and whatnot. So you can upload basically anything that you have. So you can upload PDFs, images, and the nice thing about images is it's got the text recognition. You can upload YouTube videos. You can upload anything from Google Drive, so Google Docs, Google Spreadsheets, or Sheets, Google Slides, etc. And then you can even type in, so you can go to a website or something and copy and paste it in there, and it'll read that. So again, the nice thing about Notebook LM is it's only looking at your information. So why does that matter? Well, when you and actually I'm going to go back here so you can see one actual. So here I've uploaded different resources, so PDFs and Google Docs. So the nice thing about this is it gives you a little summary, but originally when it first came out, it was basically just these two windows, your sources and this chat bot. And so you can put in, just like Gemini or ChatGPT, you can ask it to do things or ask it for information or summarize or create a 5-question formative assessment, whatever, just like you would use with Google, Gemini, or with ChatGPT. However, after a couple months, they added a couple features, pretty basic, but one of them was the mind map, and the other one was quizzes and flashcards. So they added those pretty early on. And then I think about 2 years ago, maybe even 2.5 years ago, they added this audio overview, which is awesome. It basically is a guy and a girl, and it's a podcast. And you can usually, depending on how many materials or sources you add, it could be 5 to 10 minutes. But when I heard it, it was amazing. It blew me away. Because it went through my documents and it added its own nuances, which was really cool. But then last summer, they added this thing called video overview, which blew my mind even more because it's podcast on steroids. So it gives you the visuals. So I'm going to demonstrate just for a couple seconds what the video overview looks like. So again, this is using my sources to create the video.
And absolutely crush it. So in the next few minutes, we're going to power through it all. We'll cover the leaders, the key dates, the vocabulary you have to know, the big battles, that map section, and, this is the big one, a totally surefire game plan for those essay questions.
All right. I didn't create it. I didn't create the speech. So it used only the resources, and it provided all the images, the conversational speech. It's pretty amazing. So what can you do with that? I use it for review, basically, for my students. So I upload my resources, I create the video, I upload it to YouTube, and that way they can, and I usually put it on before I even start the unit. That way they can look at the review and kind of have background information set before we even start learning about it. So they can view it once, twice, 100 times if they wanted to throughout that unit. And again, the podcast is fantastic. I also tried it's beta, the new slide deck. So I'm going to show you what that looks like here. So again, it's using my materials, but it created its own images. So here is what it created, which is pretty fantastic, I think. So that's what that is. So that is NotebookLM in a nutshell. If you have any questions or want to reach out, and the other nice thing is you can share it. Right now, you can't share it with a whole class, which I don't like, or just share it with a link. It has to be a specific person, or you can create a group, but share it with a specific group. But as of now, you can't just share the link and then a student would be able to click on that link and open it up. I don't know why. Hopefully that'll change at some point. So again, two things I would love to see would be being able to make these folders, so U.S. history folder, world history folder, and putting all my notebooks in those, by category. And then the other is that sharing link is actually shareable, because as of now, it's if a student logs in, clicks the link, it doesn't allow them to open it up. Anyway, if you have questions, Matt Karasek, mkarasek@sawashco.org. Have a great day.